Okay, my next topic is Tom Brady's performance. Definitely not MVP caliber, um, but he's been decent. He's looking like a 42-year-old, once elite, once super great quarterback. And honestly, I don't think his performance represents how good he's been doing. Let's look at this last game against the Cowboys, and then I'll look a week earlier against the Eagles. He went 17 for 37 for 190 yards, a touchdown, and no picks. That is not what you want to see from your quarterback. I mean, that's 20 incompletions. Less than 50% completion percentage there. That is not good. Um, yeah, 190 yards, nothing to write home about at all, and a single touchdown. Not good. Um, Now let's look at who he had to throw to, because that'll kind of mend into my point here. Julian Edelman, who had 8 receptions for 93 yards. Jacoby Myers, an undrafted rookie free agent, had 4 catches for 74 yards. Rex Burkhead, a running back, third string running back, with 2 catches for 14 yards. N'Keal Harry, a first round pick wide receiver, arguably the second best on the roster, a single catch, 10 yards for a touchdown. Matt Lacoste, a no-name tight end, 1 catch for 5 yards. Ben Watson, a 39-year-old tight end, 0 catches, 0 yards. And James White, one of the greatest Patriots running backs that they've ever had, a single reception, -6 yards. Yeah, not good at all. Um, Now let's look at the Eagles game here. Let me pull up this stat sheet here. Um, Tom Brady, 26 for 47, 216 yards. He had a lot more targets this game. Jacoby Myers had a catch for 7. Mohamed Sanu had 2 catches for 4 yards. Matt Lacoste, 2 catches for 3 yards. Jacoby Myers, a single catch for 7. Michelle, 2 for 11. James White, 4 for 16. N'Keal Harry, 3 for 18. Dorsett, 3 for 33. Burkhead, 2 for 34. Ben Watson and Julian Edelman led the team with both over 50 receiving yards. But overall, not good. Now, something I want to point out is the number of incompletions. Again, 26 for 47 and 17 for 37. Both terrible completion percentages. And the main reason for that is the offensive line. The majority of those incompletions are not drops. They're not overthrown balls. They're not badly thrown balls. They're simply throwaways. A lot of them are throwaways. A lot of them are either throwaways or Brady simply couldn't trust his receiver to make a contested catch, so he purposely threw it a little bit away to see if they can make a play on it. But yeah, not good on either side of the ball. He totaled just over 300 yards and a touchdown in the last 2 games. But yeah, he had to throw 47 times in one of them and 37 times in the other one. That's 84 total throws in just 2 games. It's averaging 42 throws a game in these last 2 games. It's not good if your quarterback has to throw the ball that much. But he did. He does. And it's not good. It's not looking good. Brady is not playing well at all. I think he's just a bad quarterback now. He's fallen off the cliff. We need to draft a new quarterback. Yada, yada, yada. That is what the haters say. As I say, they immediately discredit Tom Brady when he starts playing bad, but they don't really look into why he's playing bad. Just the stat line. And this whole story goes quite a bit beyond the stat line. Just take a look at our revolving door receivers. I made a post about it on my Instagram account, Your Patriots, that I just talked about, so I won't self-promote again. But we had the potential to have a lineup of N'Keal Harry, first round wide receiver, Julian Edelman, Super Bowl MVP, Antonio Brown, multiple time Pro Bowler, Josh Gordon, All Pro, and Demaryius Thomas, All Pro. those would be our starting 5 receivers. Man, starting 5. And we only have 2 of them now. Antonio Brown is gone. Demaryius Thomas is gone. We got rid of Demaryius Thomas to make room for Antonio Brown. And Josh Gordon is gone. So it's like, jeez. Tom Brady, it's like a week-to-week basis as to who he's going to throw to. And now we've got Mohamed Sanu, but Mohamed Sanu is another slot receiver. He's not a deep threat. We saw what happens when he gets deep, doesn't know what the heck to do. When he threw that deep ball interception, forgot which game it was in, but he was going deep down the center of the field for Mohamed Sanu. Mohamed Sanu had a great chance on the ball, great positioning, but Mohamed Sanu didn't go for it. He looked around like, wait, what do I do now? But, yeah, Tom Brady isn't playing well, but I don't think it's entirely Tom Brady's fault. I think the offense as a whole is the worst it's been in a long time. This is one of the most difficult things Tom Brady's ever had to do. I mean, he lost Rob Gronkowski. He lost Isaiah Wynn. He lost his starting center. He lost James Devlin to help the run game, to help the play action. But yeah, he lost a lot of key parts of that offense. And I think that it's just Tom Brady, he isn't playing well because he has no one to throw to. He has Edelman, yeah, but he can only throw to one guy so many times in the game before they start to double team him. Yeah, no, it's bad how he's playing, but I don't think we can completely blame Tom Brady. I said this on my post, and it might sound like a terrible Patriots fan, but if I had to pick and choose right now, I would pick Lamar Jackson over Tom Brady to lead our team, simply because he can extend plays past the pocket, and our pocket is not a very, very strong pocket. It's a very, very weak pocket. So it's not a good mix when you have a pocket passer with a terrible line. But I will only say that to the end of the regular season, because we all know what happens in playoffs. Tom Brady goes off. It looks like an MVP quarterback every game, and it happens every year. He goes into the playoffs and plays great. I think it's going to happen again. I think he's going to go into the playoffs. I think he's going to play great. I think our offense is going to have a late season push here. But I guess to summarize, the point I'm trying to make is that it's not really Tom Brady's fault. He's 42. Yeah, he's not going to be able to scramble around a lot. But the way he's evading sacks wouldn't look like a 42-year-old. He's got that agility still. He's still got that footwork in the pocket. That hasn't changed. His mobility has always been slow. So I think he's the same quarterback. He's still got the arm strength. I think the difference between this year and other years is just the trust in his receivers. It's hard to trust your receivers when you're getting a new guy to throw to every 2 weeks. How are you supposed to build that chemistry? Luckily, he built quick chemistry with Mohamed Sanu, but, I mean, it's hard. I can understand why Brady would be frustrated. And for those of you wondering why we haven't signed Antonio Brown back, it's a complicated thing, but I think what it really boils down to is the fact that Antonio Brown did not disclose the lawsuit that was put against him when he was signed by the Patriots. They had to kind of find it out through outside sources, and I think that really pissed him off. And yeah, the Patriots don't want any of that. They don't want a guy who's not going to tell them what's going on. So, yeah, I understand why Brady's frustrated, but at the same time, I think Brady is trying his absolute best to accept that this is a defensive team right now. It might change game to game in the playoffs, usually does, but right now it's a defensive team. And Belichick's obviously putting more time into the defense than he is in the offense. That's very, very clear. Josh McDaniels is clearly in full control of the offense, while Belichick is just full control of the defense. And it kind of shows you why Belichick is the head coach and McDaniels is the offensive coordinator and not the head coach. But yeah, we're 10-1. Don't freak out over Tom Brady's play. I think he'll bring it up in the playoffs. He always does when we need it. He plays good. He plays great when we need it. He puts in just enough to win. even when it seems completely impossible for him to do so. He puts in just enough and makes something happen. But yeah, so I'm always going to favor Tom Brady, even in a season like this. But yeah,